Hi, I'm Nicole C. Medalla and I'm from BSHM3A. So I'm here to present you the 25 facts about the Taylor Swift Folklore new album, which was released on July this year, and it's her ninth studio album. So this album, Folklore, consists of 17 tracks, which are The One, Cardigan, The Last Great American Dynasty, My Tears Ricochet, Mirror Ball, 7, August, This Is Me Trying, Mad Woman, Epiphany, Betty, Peace, Hoax, and The Lakes. So this album was released and made this year, pandemic year, which is on July. And the first thing about this album, the first fact, is the only people who knew Taylor was making the album Folklore, her family, her boyfriend Joe Alwyn, and her small management team. So it's really literally a surprise for everyone that Taylor is gonna release an album. So it's only a few people knows about this. And number two, Taylor didn't expect to make an album during this pandemic. Early in the quarantine, she started watching lots of films and inspired other people's art. She opened the portal in her imagination and asking why she never created characters and interesting storylines. So I have to say to you guys that Folklore album was composed of different storylines. Yeah, there's an affairs. Yeah, it's her own pure and imagination. So she asked herself why she didn't make this kind of album. So it's really an interesting, right? Number three, the inspiration for the album cover was the girl sleepwalking through the forest in a nightgown in 1830, a pioneer woman sleeping walking at night. Number four, Joe Alwyn originally wrote the chorus of Betty, song Betty. After Taylor hearing him sings it, she never had to have a male perspective to spin on it. So, Joe Alwyn, her boyfriend, wrote the chorus of the Betty part. And a lot of songs, I guess, few songs in Folklore wrote by Joe Alwyn, her boyfriend. Number 5, I almost didn't process it as an album, says Taylor's of making Folklore. And it's still hard for me to process as an entity for a commodity because it was just my daydream space. So she didn't think that it will be an album because only it's just her imagination, but it's created as an album. Number 6, Aaron Dessner sent 30 instrumentals to Taylor on this album. It's her management team, one of the management team. Number 7, Taylor loves all the conspiracy of William Bowery and in-depth analysis the love triangle. Do you know guys who is William Bowery? William Bowery is Joe Alwyn, the same person, her boyfriend. Number 8, the devil's in the details is one of those phrases that she's written down over the years. That's a common phrase that is used in the English language every day. Number 9, Taylor said, "Fucking fantastic," about how she feels to drop an F-bomb on Mad Woman. On Mad Woman's song, she cursed, Taylor cursed a F word. Yeah, and that's really an interesting part, yeah, when you heard it. Number 10, Taylor wrote some of the first lyrics to My Tears Ricochet after watching Marriage Story and hearing about when marriages go wrong and end in such a catastrophic way. Number 11, Jack Antonoff sent Taylor the instrumental of August and she wrote the song pretty much on the spot. Number 12, Taylor had a lot of friends texting why you didn't say on our everyday FaceTime you were making a record, but she wanted to keep it secret because Taylor wasn't making a song and finishing it and then going, "Oh my god, that is catchy. I wasn't making these things with any purpose in mind." She didn't press it as it started. This is just her daydream space between. 13, Taylor learned about Rebecca Harkness after she was being walked through her former Rhode Island home. As soon as she found out about her, she started reading and created a parallel between their two lives. Number 14, Taylor tells about Rebecca and Holiday House in different anecdotes about each room when her friends hung out in her house. Yeah, she has a house in Rhode Island and that was considered song in the last great American dynasty because Taylor's house bought from Rebecca. Number 15, Taylor wrote My Tears Ricochet about using a lot of imaginary that she had conjured up while comparing a relationship ending to when people end an actual marriage. All of a sudden, this person that you trusted more than anyone in the world is the person that can hurt you the worst. Number 16, the first verse of Epiphany is a nod to Swift's grandfather Dean, who fought in World War II. I did a lot of research on my grandfather at the beginning of quarantine, and it hit me very quickly that we've got a version of that trauma happening right now in our hospitals. Going out for a night isn't worth the ripple effect that it causes. But obviously, we're seeing that in the needs of people don't seem to have their eyes open that, or if they do, a lot of people don't care, which is upsetting. Number 17, Taylor didn't know she was resurfacing a lower fest type event. She needs to sit down and think about it for a solid couple of months before I figure out the answer. Number 18, Taylor was on a video shoot when Joe Biden won the election, and she showed it to her director Rodrigo Pieta. She said, I'm always going to remember the moment that we learned this. Number 19, August is the first song that she wrote on the Betty Triangle. August is the first song she wrote on the Betty Triangle. The Betty Triangle, Cardigan, and the August. 3 songs. Number 21, Taylor thinks, this is me trying about writing from 3 different characters' perspectives, one who's going through that. She was channeling the emotions that she was feeling in 2016-2017, where she just felt like she was worth absolutely nothing. Number 22, and then the second verse is about dealing with addiction and issues with struggling every day and every second of the day. You're trying not to fall into that old patterns and nobody around you can see that and no one gives you credit for it, she said. Number 23, and then in the third verse, I was thinking what would the National do, what lyric would Matt Virginia write, what chords would the National play, and it's funny because I've since played this song for Aaron and he's like, that's not what you have done at all. He's like, I love that song but it's not the different that we would have done with it, she said. Number 24, Aaron is one of the most effortlessly prolific creators that Taylor ever worked with, she said. You need to work with him, it'll change the way you create. And lastly, Taylor always thinking would have been sounded if her Aaron and Jack in the same room. She thinks that a lot of that has happened with the album has to do us all being in a collective emotional place. So, Folklore album was created with all imaginations. Taylor and her small management team into the woods.